So somebody could say, well, we found a way to explain that when the subatomic particle seems to suddenly go from Chicago to Mexico City, meaning from this orbit to that orbit, we found the tunnel that it uses. We found the time warp that it goes through. We found the answer to why. Or, like I said earlier on in the video, maybe it's a matter of, somebody might argue it's a matter of measuring, and we can't measure that small. And but from another dimension, another perspective, an advanced civilization will be able to show that in truth, it ain't jumping from here to there. It's actually moving across, to which I say moving across what, where, when. Meaning, to keep it simple, to keep the argument simple, let's say that right now the only reason that it looks to us like the subatomic particle jumps from Chicago to Sydney, and then from Sydney to Rio, and we never catch it in between, is only because we are not able to catch it. But when the advanced society catches it, we'll have an advanced society that catches it in between. It's we think that it's jumping from Rio to uh, Johannesburg, and we think, oh wow, it's a fucking quantum leap. It was in Rio, and now it's in Johannesburg, like magic. And then an advanced society, an advanced science comes in and says, no, you were wrong. Here, I've got a picture of the subatomic particle that you thought disappeared from Rio and instantly reappeared in Johannesburg. I've got a picture of it in the Bermuda Triangle. It don't change nothing. Because the moment that you can tell me that you got a picture of the Bermuda Triangle, I'm gonna say, where does it start and where does it end? If I say, if you say it's in the Bermuda Triangle, and you tell me, okay, this is the boundaries of the Bermuda Triangle. No matter how smaller we get into that, and then it's a smaller part of the Bermuda Triangle, and we catch it in Fiji. If nothing else, there's no getting around the fact that either it goes to Fiji or it don't go to Fiji. And when I find something beautiful about the quantum leap, even if we don't have a name for Fiji, either the subatomic particle is going to go there or the subatomic particle is not going to go there. And leaving aside the fact that they're not going to find a scientific law or even leaving aside my belief and arguably my theory that they're never going to find the scientific law that shows that it had to go to Fiji. Because I believe and I theorize that there is no such scientific law. The fact remains that that subatomic particle either is going to go to wherever or it's not going to go to wherever. Our ability as human beings that have evolved an abstract and a reproducible form of abstraction, which is language. It's not the only one we've developed. Doesn't make us better than the plants. I'm just saying it's different. What was I going to say? Trying to get to the truth of the deepest mysteries is ultimately an elusive task. But either or necessarily implies something and something other than something. Either or necessarily implies X or something other than X, regardless of whether you can measure X, regardless of whether or not you can name X. Our ability, however, to name things, which brings me back to the notion of this combination of the word logos, which was a Greek translation or a Greek original of the sentence in the beginning was the Word. The Word was God. God was the Word. The fact that I'm not trying to get religious here. What I'm trying to say is that the meaning of the word logos can be both logic and word. Word is something that distinguishes something from something else. Even when they're synonyms, the words okay, laughing and cracking up. Okay, they're two different words. You might say they're synonyms. They're saying the same thing, but we distinguish. It might be a nuance between laughing and cracking up, but we distinguish between the word, if nothing else, between the word laughing and the word cracking up, or the phrase cracking up. We even distinguish between the word word and the word words. I don't know if I can summarize all the thoughts that came behind the Model N Dictionary and the Shaman pages, and the thoughts that ramify from them and or are implied in them from a mystical perspective. I'm not even getting into the other stuff about, a healthy society right now, although as a shaman, I want for myself to be well, my community to be well, my species to be well, my planet to be well, the universe to be well. But even if you look at the hot air of philosophizing about metaphysics for the enjoyment of the hot air of philosophizing about metaphysics, I I think that right now the best thing that I can do is that as close as I can get to the mystery, the closest that I can get to the mystery, to the ultimate mystery, which begins with the mystery of existence. Arguably or not, but the closest that I can get to the ultimate mystery is that when I use the word logic in the Model N Dictionary, I am talking about awareness of either or. And the ramifications of it's not that hard to imagine. It's hard to imagine the bottom of the ultimate mystery, but if you get as mystical as possible, it's not that hard to imagine. As close to the root of it all as we can get. Awareness, if nothing else, awareness of one's existence, and with awareness, awareness of this or not this. Whatever this is. That's why if I try to use words to express my studies of the mystery, I am comfortable. Well, that's a stretch. I am left with logos and the sense of awareness of this versus not this, and the necessity of no contradictions in the sense of something cannot be unless it is compatible, meaning it does not make impossible something that actually is. Hence logic.